What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share and also comment. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and watching my video. Thank you so much for the love and support. So guys, in today's video I want us to watch this video from Dr. Kihura Nkuba. He has come out and revealed black history, the history that the white people they have been hiding to us black people, and also he has come out and exposed some of the things that the white people they did to us black people. So kindly guys, watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment.
But I know you have not heard about this information. Why? Because when white people colonize the world, they also colonize the information about the world. So white people hid the information about yourself. They didn't want to tell you you were a great person. Let me give you examples of something that you know. You've all read about the Bible, haven't you? Yeah? Now, who wrote the first 5 books of the Bible? Who can tell me? Who wrote the first 5 books of the Bible? Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible. We don't know his second name. You know, he had only one name. Unlike you, who have 2 English names and 1 Langi name. What is your name? John James Okecho. Where did you get John from? My parents. Were your parents English? No. Were they Scottish? No. What about your grandmother? No. And your grandfather? No. So where did you get John from? I don't know. Do you have a grandfather? Yes. Did he have a long name? Yes. Why are you not named after his name? I don't know. What does the word John mean? I don't know. Maybe it means a saint somewhere. But for a start, I want to excite you in this word called melanin. Melanin. Who knows this word? Who of you knows melanin? You haven't started learning, particularly if you're a black person, unless you know what melanin is. Melanin is a carbon that does not deteriorate over time. Melanin is your black skin pigmentation. Or in plants, it is equivalent to chlorophyll. But it is the most powerful thing that you can have. In terms of people, we gauge your importance on the amount of melanin you have. So we say the darker the better. The darker, the better. Now, this melanin is responsible for a lot of things, and I want you to write them down. I hope you have where to write, students. Number 1, it protects you against the ultraviolet rays of the sun and the energy from the earth. So, when the sun hits your body, certain rays are allowed in, certain rays are filtered out. It stops you getting skin cancer. Then it protects you against the energy from the earth, which means if you are standing, it anchors you. Like in electricity, you have earthing. Yeah? When something is earthed, it's not hit by lightning. You know that. So, if you are standing here with a white person and lightning struck, it would pick a white person, throw him there, you would remain standing tall, blessed of the sun, because of your melanin. So, number 1, protects you against the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Number 2, protects you against the energy from the earth. It anchors you. Number 3, melanin is responsible for healing. When you cut yourself, if you cut yourself, you see blood, you see something red, there may be white. And when it starts healing, a dark skin comes and covers it, or a dark patch comes and covers it. That dark patch is melanin. Melanin sends reinforcement around the area that is affected and brings about healing. So melanin is also responsible for healing. Melanin is responsible for a sleeping cycle, how you sleep. If you don't have melanin, you don't sleep properly. You have what they call insomnia. Melanin controls fatigue. So you are not tired most of the time. So other people who don't have melanin, they have fatigue. If they travel in a plane, they get what they call jet lag. Then melanin is also responsible for something else, what we call a corresponding cosmic connection. it links you to the universe. You begin feeling something. You know, you feel energy pulses. You know, there is a lot of energy that is here that you don't see. Energy you don't see, but you can harness it. For example, if somebody calls you on phone, you don't see the sound traveling in the air, you know, but it comes to your phone. So there is a ultraviolet, ultra high frequency signal that comes to your telephone. Are you with me? So, for example, one way you can test a corresponding cosmic connection is when a black person hears a music pulse, a sound pulse, an energy sound. So if I say na 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 na, oh Africa, Africa, na 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 na, oh Africa, straight away you feel the rhythm. Even before you hear it pulsate through your veins. If it was a white person, they wouldn't feel the rhythm. And if they started dancing, they would be jumping up like this, and then they would do this, and you know, they would not move in tandem with the rhythm because they don't have melanin. They do not have that corresponding cosmic connection. The corresponding cosmic connection also means that you could be seated here, and something happens to you, and your mother at home will see a leaf fall from a tree, and you will say, there's something wrong with my son. Or you could be going somewhere and you see a rat cross the road. You say, this is not a good thing. You know, so that nature works with you, not against you, to warn you, you are at harmony with nature. So that's another thing that melanin does. Protects you against the ultraviolet rays of the sun, the energy from the earth. Melanin controls hearing. Melanin controls fatigue. Melanin gives you a corresponding cosmic connection. But melanin also does something else. Melanin gives you dominant genes. Dominant genes. Now, you know the science of genetics. Yeah? You know genetics, genes. That science started around 1822 with a gentleman called Gregor Mendel. Gregor Mendel was an Austrian from Austria, and he was a Catholic priest from the Augustine monks. He was an Augustine monk. Augustine lived around the 2nd, 3rd, 4th century AD, and he was the black person who lived in North Africa in a place called Hippo Regius, who wrote the laws of the Catholic Church. Because most of you think that, you know, white people brought religion and they taught you how to read and write. That's all not true. That's what we call his story, the white man's side of the story. It's not our story. It's not true. So I am just telling you that Augustine of Hippo was this bishop who wrote the laws of the Catholic Church. Now, the followers of Augustine are called Augustinian monks. And one of the Augustinian monks was Gregory Mendel, who lived in Austria around 1822. And in Austria, he was looking at genes, because at that time, white people were wondering where humanity started. Who were the first people to populate the world? And they thought that white people were the first people to populate the world. And at the time, Christianity was very heavy in Europe. It's not the same now. You know, if you go in a church in England, you will probably find about 2 or 3 people, the priest and his assistant and maybe one other person, unless it's Christmas. You know, so they were first looking in Europe. Then they couldn't find, the oldest they could go was 40,000 years. Then they went to Asia, the oldest they could go was 900,000 years. And then they came to Africa. And the oldest they could go in Africa was about 1.5 million years. So Mendel wanted to find out, using genes, inherited characteristics. Because you know, when a man meets a woman, in Africa we say you have a spiritual congress. European people say you have sex. In Africa we don't have sex. We don't even have a word for it. We call it a spiritual congress. But when a man meets a woman, they exchange first genes. And the first genes they exchange is called nuclear DNA. And you share almost equal sequence that sit on your chromosome. So you have a certain equal percentage from the male and the female. But there is a certain gene that the mother passes on to the child without going through the filtration process. That is called mitochondria DNA. Mitochondria DNA. Sometimes it's written like this. Mitochondria DNA. That one the mother passes to the child without going through filtration process. The father doesn't contribute to that DNA. So if we want to find out who is your father, we will just look at your mitochondria DNA. But the inherited characteristics pass through from the nuclear DNA. So Mendel was looking at these characteristics, and he was looking at plants to see what does a father plant give to a child plant. What does a mother plant give to a child plant? And then he went to animals. And Mendel concluded that if you began with white people, you would never have got black people. Because white people have what they call recessive genes. Do you study that? You study recessive genes? You also study dominant genes. You study that? Now, if you study recessive genes and dominant genes, you know that a recessive can never produce a what? A recessive can never produce a dominant. But a dominant can do what? Very good, very good. Some of your fees, went for a good cause. Huh? If you know recessive genes, you can never stay away from that. Recessive genes. No two white cats can produce a black cat. No two white goats can produce a black goat. No two white cows can produce a black cow. No two white chickens can produce a white chicken. And no two albinos, no two white people can produce a black person. Why? Because black is dominant and white is recessive. Which means what? It means you produced white people. If you had begun with white people, if Adam and Eve had been a white person, you would not be here. It means that you, who has melanin is the most incredible, most powerful thing that you can have. You have no idea what melanin is, what being black means, what having black skin is. White people today, that's why I said go and look for this, melatonin. You will find thousands and thousands of products made out of melatonin. White people inject their lips to have fresh lips, like a black woman's or a black man's. Because white people have no lips. Their lips are almost like this. You know that. Those of you have seen white people. They are cut short. There wasn't enough material. But for you, being the first person, you utilize all the material to make yourself into a full person. Yeah? White people are injecting their breasts to have full breasts like a black woman. Because most of white people don't have, they have like flat chest. You sometimes see, is it a man? And now they wear trousers. Say, hey, a man or woman? And because of plastic, they also have beards. So you don't know whether you're really dealing with a man. But quite significantly, white women are injecting their behind with melatonin so that they can have what they call steatopedia, the unusual accumulation of fat on the black woman's behind. Whereas white women have what we call ironing board backside, completely flat. There is nothing there. Yeah? So there is nothing more beautiful than being a black person. Nothing more powerful than being a black person. There is nothing more beautiful. Listen to me. White people, most of the time, as black people, we hate ourselves. And unless we deal with that hatred among us black people, we cannot achieve anything. You can't become a scientist, you can't become a historian, you can't become successful, you can't become only successful to a limit. where everybody's trying to put you down. But why do we hate ourselves? Because we were told in the Bible that we were cursed. Haven't you heard that? The curse of Ham? That we were cursed are the sons of Ham. And yet, cursed in the Bible, Noah, who was a drunkard, cursed Canaan. He didn't curse, he cursed one son of black people, but not all. Because Noah was also a black person, according to the Bible. And, hopefully we'll come, and cover this. So, we hate ourselves. And even in everyday language, if I want to cheat you, I blackmail you. If I want to put you on a bad list, I'll blacklist you in a what book? In a black book. Haven't you heard that? That will put you in a black book. Teachers used to have black books. Do they still have them? Yeah? Change their name. Call them white books or, danger books. Now, if it is a bad spot on the road, it is called a what spot on the road? A black spot. If it is a bad trading day, it is called a black day. If it is in a legal market, it is called a what market? A black market. Which means if there are black people in the market, then the market is illegal. You are not supposed to trade. Yeah? As long as you see black people, it's illegal. So we wear black for funerals. And when we wear our mosquito nets for weddings, what color are they? Hey, you have not seen the wedding dresses. What do you think they make them out of? Mosquito net, except there are many of them piled together. So stay away from them when you get married. Huh? Don't go and get a mosquito net and then they have a long one so that when it's walking, it keeps cleaning the street. Yeah? I don't know why they do such a thing. So, when you wear white for weddings and you wear what color for funerals? Black. Now, in your homes, the pictures of God that you have is what color? Be honest. Tell the truth and shame the white man. What color are the pictures on the wall in your homes? White. And what color then is the devil? So if I kill all of you, I have fought the devil, won't I? Doesn't it make sense? If I am a Christian, and they say onward Christian soldiers, if I am a soldier of Christ, my job is to fight the devil. What does the devil look like? Isn't it black? When you go in a military college, the sabao, when you are learning how to shoot, the target practice is what kind of head? It's a black head. So it is no wonder that black people hate themselves. Because every time you see God, you are not thinking of your sister or your mother or your uncle. You are not thinking of Kiurankuba as looking like God. No. You are thinking that somebody else, not you, looks like God and you look like the devil. And most of the time, if I look like the devil, I am told I'm a devil, then I act like a devil. I don't want to disappoint people. People thinking that, I'm a wonderful person. Let me try to live up to the part. That's what psychology says. But I'm here to tell you today, number one, that when God created the world, there were no white people at all. There were no Chinese. There were no Indians. There were no Italians, no Romans, no Germans, no Poles, no Finns, no Swedes, no Goths, no Vandals, no Visigoths, no Vikings. There were only black people. Only black people. They were probably at the time darker than you. So, if you read any sacred text and it says that you were created in the image of God and in the likeness of God, it means God is what color? Black. And anytime anybody gives you a God who doesn't look like you, you give him that God back. You say, you know what? Yeah, your God looks okay, but just take him. Because at the dawn of time, There were no other people on earth but us. None. And you know, the most interesting story is that story unfolded around this river that passes through your district. The Nile. That is where humanity began. To the extent that UNESCO, United Nations Educational Scientific Committee Organization, in volume 2, chapter 1, it says, as a result of the work of Professor Like and other subsequent work, it leads us to conclude that more than 150,000 years ago, beings morphologically identical with the man of today were living in the area of the Great Lakes, at the foothills of the mountains of the moon, at the source of the Nile, in the land of the gods, and nowhere else. UNESCO, nowhere else. Humanity went through 5 stages. The first stages are known as Australopithecine, black. Where were they living? Where you are living. How old? How long ago? 5.5 million years ago. Who was living in Europe at that time? No one. Who was living in Asia at that time? No one. Who was living in America North? None. America South? None. Bismarck Archipelago? No one. Australia? Tonga? None. Haiti? Fiji? Samoa? Who was living there? No one. Humanity was only here. 3.5 million years ago, Homo habilis. Where was he living? Here. Was he living elsewhere? No. 1.5 million years. Humanity at the stage of Homo erectus, the African that walks upright. Where is he living? Here. He lives here to populate the world. He passes through the Gulf of Eden, avoids Saudi Arabia, crosses into India. And then he goes through Kenya, Mijikenda, Tayar in Australia, and populates all the islands in between. Avoids Israel, avoids Jordan, avoids Syria. He also discovers fire. Then 150,000 years, modern man, known as Homo sapien. Homo sapien. The oldest Homo sapien, the bones discovered in Omo Valley in Ethiopia and Kenya. He started where? Here. Then he moves with his feet and his cows, mobile food, and his language, articulated symbolic language, and his brain, a bigger cranium, and he populates Europe. He is the first person to populate Europe about 40,000 years ago, known as Gromoldi. The first people to populate Europe were black people. They were known as Gromoldi. First people to populate England were black people. They were known as Bika. First people to populate India were black people. They were known as Dravidians. First people to populate Japan, black people. They were known as Masaba Negroes. Mulembe, Kamaku, Wagasile, they came from here. They populated Japan. That's why Japanese names are like Ugandan names. Takahara, Nakamura, Kato, Toyota, all those, because the first Japanese were black people. In ancient time, the whole world belonged to the black man, the black woman. You are the people that populated the world. You are the people that gave birth to everybody else. And quite significantly, and I am telling you this as a scholar, I have a library of 32,000 books. I have read each one of them, not only read them, but remember them. I have traveled in almost every corner of the world, lectured at the most prestigious universities. I am telling you that in ancient time, the only people who are on earth were you and your ancestors. You. And you are also the people of the scriptures. All scripture, be it the Rig Veda, the Namapali, the Peramperu, the Papyrus of Ani, the Papyrus of Hunefa, the Quran, the Bible, the Book of Zoroaster, the Epic of Gilgamesh, is all about black people.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video from one of our African doctor, and also he's a lecturer, Dr. Kihura Nkubi. He has come out and revealed our black history, and also he has come out and opened our brothers and sisters to know their history, because these people, they have been hiding our black history for so many years, and this is not the all that we are black people we need to know. There is a lot of black history that these people, they are still hiding to us black people. These people, they came here in Africa, they came with Christianity, they came and brainwashed us black people that to worship the white, and also they told us that everything that it is bad, it is being associated with black. So even us black people, we are starting to hate ourselves. I came out and tell you what Dr. Kiura Nkubi has come out and say it is true, because you can find that it is very hard for us black person to support our fellow black person. Yeah, when a black man or a woman, he has opened a store or a business, and also we have a Chinese or a white man, he has opened a business next to a black man, a business, you might find that a lot of black people, they will leave their fellow black store and go and have and support and shop to this white store or a Chinese store. This is tell you that we black people, we were brainwashed so a long time ago with these other races, and that's why up to date it is very hard for us black people to support our fellow black people. It is very hard for us black people to embrace our color, and yet we know our color, it is gold. Dr. Kiura Nkubi has come out and say we should be very proud of our colors, black people. We should be very happy because of our color. This our color, it is very gold. These white people, they are suffering with their color, and Dr. Kiura Nkubi, he has come out and say that our color, it is very original color, and you can find out that even we have some of the African people who they are going ahead and bleach their color, they don't love their color. Why are you hating on your color? And this color, it is a black, it is a gold color. This color, it is the color that you need to embrace. So Dr. Kiura Nkubi, he has come out and say that we as black people, we need to embrace ourselves, we need to love ourselves, and also we need to know our history, because these people, they have been hiding for a very, very long time our history, and up to date they don't want to give us our full history, simply because they don't want us black people to understand ourselves and to know where we come from, and that's why they fear giving us black people our history. And for me, I keep on telling you that revolution, it has started in some of our African country. Revolution, it has started right now. We are waking up, and these people, they are fearing us black people, simply because when you go and look the generation of the black people, it is growing each and every day, but their population, it is decreasing, and that's why these people, they are now fearing us black people. These people, they came here in Africa, they did a lot of things to us black people. First of all, they enslaved our brothers and sisters. They took our brothers and sisters from here in Africa to the Caribbean. They were forcefully taken. And also, these people, they went through forced slavery, forced labor. These people, our black people from here in Africa, they went through a lot of things in their country. But up to date, these people, they have relaxed. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay for the damage that they did to our black people. But we as black people, we are telling them that their time, it is coming. And also, these people, they need to know that we black people, we are the first people, and right now black people, we are the majority. So these people, they should be ready to ask for forgiveness to us black people, because we are coming out, we are now knowing our history, and also we are still learning more about our history. That's why I'm telling our brothers and sisters that we need to support each other. Don't be that black person who wants to see a fellow black person going down. Yeah, because we black people, we have this habit of embracing these other races. We have this habit of supporting these other races. When you go to the airport and you see how the white people, they are being received here in Africa, it is very, very shocking to see how these white people, they are being welcome. But you can see when you go to the airport, or when a black person is going to this white man's airport, you can see how he's being received. It is very different. First of all, these people, they take a black person, go to the interrogation room to see if he or she is able to stay in their country. But what about when these people, they are coming to our black country? These people, they are being welcomed so well. This tell you that we black people, we still have this mentality that anything which it is white, it is good, and it is we need to embrace and we need to accept it. But anything which it is black, it is being associated with evil. Just like as Dr. Kiura Nkuba, he has come out and say, why is it when we are going to the funeral we wear black? Why is it when we are going to the funeral we wear black? This is to tell you that everything, the demon, everything bad, it is being associated with black. And why is it when we are doing wedding or we are doing something which it is very happy, we always wear white? Like in the wedding, at the wedding, people, they are wearing white, the gown, it is white. So this is to tell you that these people, they confuse and they brainwash us black people. And Dr. Kiura Nkuba has come out and say, God is not white, God is black, and we were born with the image of God. So God is not black, God is white. Because have you ever seen a white person giving to a birth to a black person? No, it can never happen. But these people, they came from us black people. And why are they hating us black people? Simply because they know we black people, we are very smart, we are very energetic, and also we have a strong gene. When black person meet a white person, they can produce a black. They will produce a black baby. This will tell you that we black people, we have a strong gene, and that's why these people, they are fearing us black people. So kindly guys, I don't want to talk too much. Subscribe if you haven't, like this video, and share it with our brothers and sisters, our fellow black people who can know our history. So kindly guys, thank you so much. Let's talk more in the comment section. See you to my next one. Bye bye.